If you're watching these games, you might be feeling inspired to pursue your athletic dreams. And while we may not all make it to the Olympics, or very few will, there are many benefits physically and mentally to being part of a team.
For sure. In fact, Fortune estimates about 95% of its Fortune 500 CEOs, 95% of them played sports. So we thought we'd take a look at some of the life lessons learned from getting in the game.
And who's better to weigh in than soccer superstar Abby Wambach? She's a two-time Olympic gold medalist and six-time winner of the U.S. Soccer Athlete of the Year award. She's also author of Wolfpack, which we recently released into a young adult version. Buy it for your kids. It's so awesome to talk about teamwork.
This is a fantastic duo. We have the dream duo this morning. We also have Adam Grant. He's an organizational psychologist at Wharton, which means he's just awesome and smart, and a New York Times bestselling author. His latest book is called Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know. Good morning to both of you guys.
Good morning, Abby. First of all, hi from your pantry. Please pass us a Cheez-It.
It's so organized. I'm like, I've got organizational envy right now.
That's right. My whole family's still sleeping. I'm on the West Coast and we just moved in, so we actually hired a woman to come and do this. So
amazing.
Yes.
I'm like, pass me some cream corn. Abby, we are all watching these Olympics. I feel like Olympics bring us together, and I'm sure you who got to go could experience the joy of that. Now that you have taken your career in other directions, what do you take that you learned on the field that has helped you be successful in your next career?
I mean, it's hard to pinpoint anything, but in my retirement, I've learned that what I gained on the field in terms of self-esteem is priceless. And then now I find myself doing things that I experience joy. I think especially women, we forget to have fun.
Yeah.
And so if you are struggling to figure out how to get out, how to be active, don't worry about the word sport if that scares you. It scares my wife, Glennon Doyle, a lot.
Yeah.
So we focus on the word fun
I
in
like
our
that.
family.
Yeah,
that's really good advice.
You know what? Her advice, which when you were on our show, Hoda and I've mentioned your advice forever. You ask your kids after they played, did you have fun?
Did you have fun?
Which takes some of the pressure off.
I love that. Adam, you're nodding your head. Let me bring you in here. I thought it was interesting. You were a competitive diver when you were younger, but now you work as a psychologist studying business and success. I have to be honest with you. I didn't realize 95% of the top CEOs were athletes, were on a team. So can you talk about that connection and what the rest of us can take from that?
Yeah, there's evidence that not only are people who played competitive sports more likely to become leaders, but they're also more likely to be generous too. They give more to charity, they volunteer more. And I think that's pretty obvious in team sports, right? Where one of the critical questions is, who did you help or how many assists did you get? But I think you see it in individual sports too. I remember in my diving days, most of the time I was basically just standing around waiting for my turn on the board. And so what would I do to fill that time? I would give my teammates tips. I'd try to coach them a little bit. And I think that's early preparation for the kind of other focus that ultimately makes people better at elevating the people around them.
Yeah, and by the way, that generosity we see in Abby and her wife, they do so much awesome work. Abby, when we are talking about pushing our kids, I think it's something that Chanel and I have talked about. We have young kids. We don't want to overdo it. When our kids come and say, like, we're done, we don't like soccer, we don't like basketball, when do we know, like, enough is enough and just to let them quit? I mean, quit is one of those words that has a negative connotation.
Right, and this is amazing that you asked because Glenn and I, we just recorded an episode on our We Can Do Hard Things podcast on this exact thing, quitting. I mean, for me, I've had to actually learn a lot from my wife in this way because I struggle to quit things. It's probably what propelled me to be a pro athlete, but you can't be a pro athlete forever.
Everything, yeah.
So for me, I think the bravest and most powerful tool we have is the ability to let go of something that is wrong for us, so that it can make space to step into something that is what is meant for us, right? And so when we're talking about our kids, quitting, we have to change the word and the negative connotation that's attached to it.
Yeah,
That's
we
good.
really do.
And then Adam, on the flip side, can you give us some advice? Where's the balance between encouraging and pressure? How do you know when to say when?
Well, I think the key is to remember that the goal is not ultimately performance, it's progress, right? I want our kids to know that the person they're competing against is their past self. And their goal right now is to raise the bar for their future self. And I know some parents push back on that and they say, look, if my kid's not winning or if they're not the best, then something is wrong. And I would encourage those parents to think again. There's a classic Benjamin Bloom study of elite swimmers and tennis players showing that they were not the best when they started out. What differentiated them in part was having an early coach who made practicing fun.
Wow.
And I think that goes right back to Abby and Glennon's point about, did you have fun?
Yeah, I mean, that's the best question. Abby, I know you coach soccer now. You're coaching some of your girls. And I wonder, losses, like, how do you explain it? It's not fun. It's something we need to learn. What do you say to your teams? And I think you coach. I'm just making that assumption based on your Instagram. So if that's wrong.
But bouncing back,
Yeah,
that's a good
parenting
point.
is another form of coaching, right? Look, I think that losses are inevitable, but what differentiates champions and people who just can't get over themselves is this idea of this victim inside of you, right? We have to find ways to get our power back. So when losses come, as they will, every person will experience losses. How do you respond to it? That, for me, is the work. It's not about what happens on the field. It's how you respond to everything that happens on the field off of it.
Will you guys come and follow us around
Yes.
and stand on our shoulders?
I want y'all to coach me. Is that okay?
Voices on both sides. So
Thank
good.
you guys so much. Thank you, Abby. And you can find Abby's book, Wolfpack, and Adam's book, Think Again. Both of them are incredible books on today.com/shop.
Really good advice.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.